it'd be weightless.
I know you're probably right. It's just it's mind blowing. You know?
Well, I'm just from what I know of science, the only problem we have on Earth is because of friction. If we didn't have wind resistance and friction, we could push things forever.
And gravity.
Well, I guess gravity too, but so I mean, that's
anyway. We'll move past this.
Okay, so food.
Food. How are you gonna figure out how you're gonna eat?
Well, I guess there is green. We can do hydroponics, which takes up less space.
Yeah, I prefer hydroponics.
And well, there was a test a while ago to produce real, and I'm using the quotations here, real meat. You take the cells of cows.
Artificial meat.
No, well, it's real meat. But it's just growing differently than what you would think.
It's going in a test tube. But it's still the same. It's still all the same carbon and all that.
Basically, what they're doing is they take the muscle of the cow, put it in a petri dish, and grow it from the petri dish. So you got this big old blob of meat just sitting there.
It tastes the same.
Well, I'm assuming it would taste of whatever kind of process.
Cell it is.
Yeah. So it wouldn't be tough. It wouldn't be tender. It would just be a blob of meat.
You could probably design it though to be a certain.
Well, I'm sure that you could, but right now it's just a big blob of meat.
Right.
So
it's still better than eating like a tofu or protein paste that you always see on movies.
Well, yeah. So I'm assuming
like
it
in
probably
the Matrix, where they're like, they blob.
Yeah. So I'm assuming they could probably synthetic size this in a matter of weeks. But now you'd have to
on a mass scale too. You could probably do it.
You could probably
Big petri dish.
Yeah. And since it is living, you probably wouldn't have veins going through it. No blood.
So would it still be considered red meat? In essence it is.
In essence, yeah. So, I mean, you're talking about very basic stuff there.
Anyway,
so, pork, chicken, beef, could all be processed this way.
Human?
Well, I mean, yeah, you could. If you want cannibals.
Yeah.
In space. Oh, that'd be great music. Yeah. That'd be a great film for you. Yeah. Cannibals in space.
I could probably write a movie like that. Yeah.
So, what's our next problem?
Sounds like a crappy movie.
Okay, so now we got food. What's our next problem?
Water recycling. That's pretty easy.
Yeah, that's easy. Oxygen recycling would come from the hydroponics.
Yeah.
There's one other thing. There was a study done that if you have sex in space and you have offspring in space, they would be deformed.
Right. Based off of animal testing.
Yes.
It's zero gravity.
They've done...
Is this because of zero gravity? Because if we had artificial gravity...
Well, that might be different. I don't know. This is done in microgravity.
Okay. They did some tests.
They did 2 tests. One on mice, which was in the space station, and the other one was done in a microgravity simulator.
Right.
Fish were done in the microgravity simulator, and some bones in their head were decompressed or something, and their jaws would break or something like that. So they weren't very viable.
Yeah, I could see
and
that.
The mouse had problems too. Not many, but they still had birth defects. So that would be our biggest problems. So if we had the gravity...
Well, that'd only be a problem if we spent a lot of time in space.
Well, if you had to travel to other planets, I'm sure that would be a problem.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're driving to... What's that planet?
Gliese?
Gliese. There we go. Gliese, not Gliese. Gliese, whatever number it is, it would take us centuries. Okay.
Based on current technology.
Well, even on the propulsion system, I'm sure it would take us...
What about warp drives?
We don't got them.
Wormholes. We were talking about this.
I understand, but what I'm saying is, right now, it would probably not be feasible to travel that far without having offspring. Because come on,
can we? What about? We haven't gotten to this next part.
Well, that's why I'm trying to.
Okay.
I'm leading into that.
Okay, I see.
So
continue on.
So now, what else could we do for long travels? I mean, if we don't want to breed during long travels and we still want to be, a civilization when we get there, we don't want just the ship to end up there and not us.
Right.
So what else could we do?
We're talking about hypersleep?
Hypersleep.
Yeah. Oh, it's fun little...
So there's different variations of it throughout known TV shows, movies.
Ways you can keep you in...
alive, but...
over a long period
not
of time.
Dead. On the verge. So suspended animation, hibernation is another one. Basically freezing you. So that brings us to that there is a artificial blood they can pump into you. They'll pump your real blood out of you and pump the artificial blood into you, which carries oxygen, just like your normal blood does. Carries nutrients.
It does everything blood can do.
It does almost everything blood can do, but it will not make ice crystals.
Right.
So when it freezes, it doesn't form ice crystals.
There's probably less water in it, that's what I'm guessing. Right?
I don't know what it is exactly. I would have to look it up
it's
again.
Science, it works.
Yeah. So they can pump this into you. They have done a full body transplant with it.
Probably not in humans though.
Yes.
You're allowed to do that?
Yes, they did. They did it, because here's what they were doing. They had to do it so they could cut a man's heart out and study the heart or something and put it back in. I don't know the whole procedure, but they did it because they had to take his body temperature down to 32 degrees, well below 32 degrees, and stop his heart, take his heart out, and then put it back in and do it again, start him back up, and pump his blood back in.
Did he have a problem with his heart, or is it?
I don't know. I don't know. I think there was a problem with his heart, but they said let's try it. So the guy agreed to it, and
I suppose we get him to sign something.
Yeah. So they did it. He survived, from what I remember. This was like a year ago, so my memory only lasted like 10 seconds. So we pump you full of this new blood, and we freeze you. So later on we can rethaw you.
Right.
Or we just keep pumping this blood through you and keep you at 32 so you don't decay and you don't really die. You're just in...
Well, you're just less slow.
Yeah. I mean...
But that's the point.
Your body would be alive, and I don't know if you would be thinking, though.
See,
you'd probably be dreaming the whole time. Because you could probably just put drugs in there to keep you asleep.
Well, I know. I did read something about that, and the theory is that in hypersleep, you do not. Is no cognition. Brainwaves, normal brainwaves of regular sleep. So usually it's just kind of like a.
So it's like
stasis.
A deep sleep.
Yeah, but there's no dreaming.
That's no
what
REM?
they say. No REM sleep.
Okay.
So
you feel like crap when you wake up.
That's another thing too, because REM sleep is important for the brain cycle and all that.
Oh yeah, I never thought about that.
And if you're in hypersleep, because that would be a long time to dream. If you were dream, let's just say you're in hypersleep for.
You weren't, but what if you ain't dreaming?
That's the thing.
That would suck. Because I know how cranky I am when I don't get... Well, I'm always cranky, but...
But on the other hand, you are getting... your body's not doing much, so... But...
Well, you know what? Your brain would probably not even notice.
That's the other thing. Would it... Let's say they use cryo sleep, you
freeze you?
that low of a temperature, would your
Well, there's people that stop their heart to like 2 beats a minute.
or you can always use that spider venom that gets your it reduces your heart your pulse down really low, so it looks like you're dead,
Okay.
but you're still alive. This is one thing.
Huh?
So when
Well,
you get
maybe
down to
for another episode that we
Yeah.
can.
Anyway, that might pose a problem with your psyche.
Yeah. Who knows? Space dementia, you know.
Soon we haven't been able to test it because
Yeah. They haven't done a long-term study, I'm sure.
yeah.
So I think we're about good.
Yeah, these are a lot of problems you have to work out if you were going to travel to Gleist or even the Andromeda Galaxy or
Delta Quadrant.
Is the Delta Quadrant even real? I know I said it earlier.
I don't know.
I think it's a Star Trek thing.
I think so. So, yeah,
forgive
but,
me, I'm a trick.
I mean, you got a whole bunch of... You got the Andromeda... What else?
The Cat's Eye Nebula.
You got a lot of them. So
you could take a pick. You just let's go over there. Let's go over
so
there.
to get there, this is what we would have to overcome as humans.
Yeah. A lot of problems in this world.
Yeah. So I believe we're about done for Brian's sake.
And now our very first video cast. If you
With many, many more.
well, yeah.
Well,
I hope so.
more.
If you guys don't like it, I guess we can go back to the normal.
We can still just edit the audio file and put the audio file on. So you could have the option of both.
Yeah.
For those who like video and for those that don't. Like, I don't know, your dad. There we go.
Yeah.
Your dad can just listen to the audio. He doesn't listen to us anyways.
Yeah.
So,
All right. Well, I guess that's it, and we'll be wrapping up here. We don't know what we're gonna do next time, so it'll be a surprise.
I don't think it's to be on space next time though. Brian wants us to do it on the ocean.
We'll do something on the ocean. Maybe
Ocean? Giant squids.
giant squids, deep sea diving, using the ocean to our advantage. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah, that's all of what humans do. Use stuff to their advantage.
Yeah, some kind of military purpose, maybe.
Yeah.
All right.
Megawatt lasers. Oh.
Well,
Go ahead.
I was gonna end it there. But you were
Oh.
talking about megawatt lasers.
We already talked about them.
Okay.
I just thought I'd say something.
Water cooled? Is that what it is?
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Okay. Well, hit the pause. Or
Hit the
stop.
pause?
Stop button
Why?
on the remote.
No, we have to say goodbye.
Oh, okay. I thought we did.
No.
Oh,
You usually say, well, this is Dr. J, and I say, well, then Heyman. We'll see you next time, or whatever we say.
okay. This is Dr. J, and we are signing off.
Yep. I'm Heyman. Bye. Did I push the button?
Yeah. No. Hit stop.
I did hit
No,
stop.
this one.
Oh.
This one. The top one.